the show starts on the sidewalk. That's always been our motivation. Even as you approach a movie theater, it's spectacular. The neon, the carpet, the brass, the lighting, everything is telling you you are about to enter a different world and to suspend disbelief. This business is one of the most wonderful businesses in the world, I think, making movies, and not only that, showing movies, becoming part of what I've always seen as the greatest storytelling medium has been just fantastic and wonderful. But I am 72. It's time.
It's been around since the Titanic set sail. Now it's set to close its doors.
We said, gee, this is terrible, a town without a movie theater.
It's always been a center of this community.
I wrote a big long letter to Mike pleading to not close my home. It's my home.
Don't fear for the future. Belfast is such a great dynamic town. Stay confident in what's coming next.
I've had some kind of involvement with the Colonial for a long time. In high school, I went to the Colonial something like 2 or 3 times a month. Belfast has seen a lot of sacrifices, and I don't want the Colonial to join that list. I want to rescue it.
Good to see you, my dear.
Being in a shared space, you're getting a feeling of connection.
You don't realize how that occupies your emotional state when you're around people.
We're more divided as a people than we have been in a long time. Now we're learning that the neuroscience of synchrony and being in the same place is fostering connections.
Working here at the Colonial got me out in the community, got me socializing with people regularly, and I've really bloomed since then.
Contributing to saving the Coolidge, or for you, saving this place will change you.
I was super young when the Coolidge Corner had to be rescued from very similar forces that are around the Colonial. Without any of the modern conveniences that they have today, it was amazing what the Coolidge pulled off. They have shown that it can be done, and if we don't do it, no one's going to. The Colonial Theater is on the open market. People believe because there's a National Historic Registry placard outside that it's protected. That is just not true. We've already seen movie theaters get bought up and turned into condos. You can't put the genie back in the bottle after it's gone. If we don't rescue it, we'll lose so much. I'm just not gonna let that happen.
So I remember watching that first episode of Watchmen and being like, I gotta take a break, I gotta step out. And I rode my bike out here to Scream. I just kind of sat with the history and the present and took it all in. We're on Greenwood Avenue. This is the intersection of Cherokee and Creekland. This ancestral achievement, but also this tragedy that's happened twice over. The first Dreamland Theater burned, but the Williams family built it again. But then in the late 50s, the state of Oklahoma did its first urban renewal project, which pretty much replaced the bulk of the neighborhood. The Dreamland Theater would have been right over here. This was a theater house that brought people together at the end of the day to organize, to escape, to see themselves in new light. Dreamland's been burned, it's been buried, but I can have a part in trying to rebuild that place where we can talk meaningfully about who we are today, who we could be tomorrow. These can all be explored through film in a way that can engage people like narrative and storytelling always has for all cultures. I couldn't fall asleep and I just kept kind of staring out the window, and I watched as the colors changed in the morning, and I just had this kind of vision that just really hit, that this hill would be able to reclaim this land in Greenwood for our community to dream. This is the space. This is where I want Dreamland to be able to have this focal point of overlooking the city, to be reimagined. But we're not waiting for investment. We're doing this today. We screen at coffee shops, we screen at arts institutions, we'll screen out in the field to host our community and the narratives and the dialogues that we want to have around these films.
That is
Come on in.
We all got a hug with
Chris.
There we go. Keys to the city.
Thank you.
And the star and the dream.
That's good.
Drum roll. Yeah, ready?
Keep it foolproof for us. Awesome.
And I'll hand them to you.
All right.
It's a heavy cake. Yeah, huh? Heavy cake.
I told you I cry all the time for who knows what. I don't know why I'm so emotional. We're so grateful to you.
I
mean,
love
what you've done here is just so beautiful, and that we get to be the next chapter is really.
We're delighted that you're interested enough to do it.
Really loved your excitement.
Oh, we're thrilled.
I remember going to see Dunkirk and just sobbing with people in the theater, and at the end turning around and hugging an older gentleman who had served in World War II. And I mean, it was just an incredibly profound experience.
There is a loss in the community and a need. I think it started from our heart because we felt this emptiness in the town that then grew into how can we help?
The new not-for-profit that is now the Hawthorne Theater and Arts Collaborative had a mission to support the community in whatever the vision related to film and cinema might be.
Charisse, we need you to hold the ribbon!
I mean, there just are so many extraordinary opportunities for synchronicity across generations that can happen in the creation of communal space.
All right, here we go! 1, 2, 3.